Let's start from the beginning.
Let's try that again.
How are you?
We're back. We're
And
back.
We're back, yes.
And maybe I do need something stronger than this.
Oh, what do you got there?
Yay, it's
That's
my
a
sips.
very festive sip.
It's a very festive sip, and we're going to have a very festive time at our one-day getaway.
One-day getaway.
Woo! It's coming up. When? When is our one-day getaway?
When is it? I hope I know.
Sips and Blooms. June 14th. If that comes out backwards for you, sorry. Still June 14th. One-day getaway. Yay! Hey, you ready to go through and make a card?
Let's make a card.
Okay.
Are you going to talk about the one-day getaway first?
I am.
Okay.
I am. Let's flippy. All right. Let's talk about our one-day getaway. Yay. And it's June 14th. June 14th. I don't know. I can't get that thing to move, but it's still June 14th. There we go. June 14th. One-day getaway. Let me tell you about it before we make a card. Oh, and I have a sneak peek as well. Okay. First of all, guys, this is epic, okay? We've been to some retreats, right?
Yes.
So much fun, had so much fun, and we're like, you know what? I would love to do this for our folks. We'd love to do this for you. We would love to give you an opportunity to get away, have a full-out day for who? You. For you. This is for you. And you don't have to go far. You don't have to spend the night. This is a one-day getaway. And we're going to have so much going on. First of all, you're going to have some make and takes. We're going to actually have 2 sets of beautiful cards that you'll be able to make. We'll be there to help. But there's going to be 8 cards.
8 cards.
And have a little sneak peek. Are you ready? Boom. This is one of them. I'm not going to show them all, but check that out. Is that so cute?
That would be the sips.
That's the sips. How about the blooms? Ooh, another sneak peek. Another sneak peek. We're not showing them all to you, but we will show you one. Check. Oh, gosh, that's gorgeous, Kathy. And look at that fun fold as well. 2 fun fold cards right there. Oh, yeah. So there's going to be a whole set of each of those that you're going to make and take. Gorgeous. Okay, that's not all. You get a bag, okay? A bag of swag, a swag bag. And in that swag bag is going to be DSP, some of which you're going to need to make those cards with lots of extras. So you'll be able to go home with extra stuff. Embellishments, ribbons, surprises. It's going to be a goodie bag swag. You're going to love it. Also, we love to give you gifts.
Yes, table
gifts. Little fun things, just a little something, just some fun. And of course, door prizes and prize patrol. Then here's another cool thing. You'll get full access to all of our quiche, all of our stuff, all of our whatever. You'll have access to our stamps, to our inks, to our dies, to embossing folders, and you can use them at abandon. Go crazy. Go nuts.
Well, you'll have to share.
Yeah, you have to share with each other. But yeah, you'll have access to all that stuff. You don't need to bring all that. We will have that for you. And you'll be able to coordinate everything, which is so hard sometimes. And some free time in there to craft. We have this beautiful place. What's the name of it?
The Arthur J.
Something Center.
Something Center in
Howard
Cookesville,
County.
Maryland.
You don't have to spend the night. You don't have to get a hotel. Nothing like that. We've gone to some where we've gotten a hotel and had to do all that. No. You just come on out to HOCO, Howard County. Beautiful place. It's got outdoor access. And we'll be able to eat in or out or whatever. It's gorgeous.
What are we going to eat?
Let me jump down that. Delicious lunch by Chef Lynn.
Ooh, you. Yeah,
everybody loves a little
yum.
Caesar, a little chicken. We're going to have us some delicious lunch and goodies, of course.
And
Nobody
snacks,
ever goes
too.
hungry
No.
when they come to any of my events, in your events. We do not do that. And then we're going to also bring some cardstock and some designer series paper that you can purchase right on the spot. So if you want to make some cards and you don't have the stuff, that's okay. We got the stuff. We got the beef. And it's a fun, relaxing day for you. We are going to make this so that you have fun and you relax because this is a one-day getaway. You deserve it. It's been a long school year if you have kids. It's been a long winter. It's time.
And if you don't want to make cards the whole time or scrapbook the whole time, you can bring your knitting, your crocheting.
Yes.
Hey, even bring your sewing machine and do some quilting or a book.
A book. You can read a book. You can listen to a book on tape.
There
You can just sit outside and enjoy nature. We don't care. But you're going to have fun no matter what. Okay. Want to make a card?
Let's make a card.
Let's make a card. Let's make a card. So I was commissioned by Kathy's daughter. She said, Lynn, will you make me a card for my mom for Mother's Day? Yeah, I would. Of course I would. And of course I couldn't just give her a card we already had because I had to make something new. So here's the card I made for Kathy for Mother's Day.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's pretty. And it's using a lot of our new in-color papers.
Yep.
I would rattle off the names, but I can't think of them without looking at the thingy.
Anyway,
beautiful, deep, gorgeous colors. Anyway, there we go. So we're going to make this card, but I thought I'm going to switch it up. We're going to make it with some different colors. All right, so hang on to that. We're going to make that in a sec.
What stamp set is that?
This is the Impressions Abloom.
Oh, gosh. You mean like Sips and Blue?
Oh, how about that? I see the connection. One Day Getaway. Yeah, and it comes with dies, stamps, and we're going to use those. And I thought I'd share with you, since we're doing this One Day Getaway, I think I wanted to share real quick all the new embossing folders, okay, and what they are. So there's this one embossing folder. It's really cool. It's actually pierces the paper. And you see that? Isn't that cool? So it makes stripes, but then if you turn it, it's a square. If you turn it the other way, it makes
you run it twice or what?
You run it twice.
I gotcha. All right.
So you go this way, and then you go that way. Isn't that cool? And it makes a really neat texture. And you can do the pokey side, or you can do the rough side.
So that looks like that's Darling Duck and Timid Tiger, two of our new
Oh, there you
colors.
go. Thanks for thinking of the names. I do know this one. It's cloud cover.
Okay, good.
And this embossing folder is the damask. Look at
I
that.
love that. That's
I
pretty.
love that one. And then these are really cool. Can't think of the
I
name.
don't remember that one. Something C. Stormy C.
Yeah. But
Lost at Sea.
look at the embossing folder.
Oh, that is cool.
I love that. It's very textury. Kind of fades off like an ombre. And then there's this.
Strawberry Slush.
That's Strawberry Slush. Look at that embossing folder. I mean, and I'm going to show you something really cool to do with that at the end of the card. Oh, there it is again. There's that. And I trimmed it off this time. Loved it. That's that cloud cover. Okay, let's get started. Let's get started. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to start by cutting. Oh, let me go back to this card for a second. All right. I'm actually going to start with the flower part. Where did the card go? I'm going to start with the flower part because I have it loaded up, and then I'll show you how to cut this as well. Okay. I like to have a lot of flowers, and I wanted to share a couple tips. So be careful today. Listen for the tips. I'm going to give you a lot of tips today. Here's one of them, and that is you don't have to do each color separately, and you may already know this, of course, but you can load it all onto one cutting plate and just get them all lined up and get your tape. Now, this flower that comes with this set actually has two pieces, okay, and this come apart. But I tape them back together so I can just run them through.
Absolutely.
But there's a reason why there's two, and that's because these little shapes cut out the designer series paper flowers perfectly. Okay, so you can either use it like that just to cut out the DSP, or you can put it together to make an impressioned flower. Impressioned? Is that a word? Did I make it up? Textured?
Either.
Something. Okay, so let's run this through first. And I have to pull back a little bit because I'm going to bring up my big embossing machine. Maybe. I got the, oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. I think that just turned off the light, but we're good.
Okay, good.
Let me pull that back a little more.
Hold this up. I'll hold it up. Let me put your
Okay.
thing under it. You know, technology.
Technology.
My hand will work.
Scoot everything off the side. Cut these babies out. I like using the big one because I can get everything all in one piece or all in one go run through. Ooh, muscles, girl. Okay. But you can, of course, just use the mini, which is sitting right there. But I'm going to do this. And then my tip is, as always, no matter what you do, flip. Flip your plate. So I just used it like this. The next time, I'll use it like this or like this. If you keep constantly flipping your plates, you won't have the problem with, and I'm going to go ahead and run this other one through while we're at it. You won't have warped plates, but you got to keep the flip. So even the little piece underneath, you got to flip. Flip it, flip it, flip it. Flip it and rotate it. Okay, just keep it rolling. And then this, let's go ahead and run this through while I have everything janky like that. The top plate. And then another tip. Notice that this one is yucky and all, let's see if I can get it up here. See, it's all marred up and scarred up. That's okay. That's my bottom plate. Always make sure your top plate is not marred up and scarred up. Sometimes people accidentally do it. That's okay. But you don't want it that way because that texture might come onto your cardstock because this is a lot of pressure. Have I told my story about the car?
Not on Facebook.
Okay, so at one point I thought, I don't need that machine. And I took my stuff and I laid them out in the garage and I ran the car over an embossing folder thinking it would work. No, it did not emboss. That's how much pressure these things are. Heavier than a car. All right. Okay, we're finished with that. Let's get back down here. All right. I'm going to pop that off. And here's what I love about this. Watch this. This one, so it comes with two. One just cuts a circle. But this one actually cuts like a little frame. And of course we use our tape at all times. We love our, what's it called?
Pokiati thing?
No, the Pokiati thing, the tape.
Take your pick tool. Take your pick tool.
The tape. It's a highlighter tape.
Oh.
Okay, see how we got a little, isn't that cool? We get this little extra frame, okay? And I'm actually going to pop that frame back in. Let me get my cutting plates out of the way. This is kind of like having people watch you cook. Like sometimes you do, and sometimes you really don't want people watching you cook, you know? Okay. And I'm actually going to pop that frame back in. I want that frame to stay there. So I'm going to take it and get my trusty green glue, which I always keep standing upright. And I'm going to run that glue like just a little bit on the inside piece here. Okay, can you see? Am I in the camera? No.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am. And I'm just going to take my finger and run it around.
Oh,
I know. I know. She doesn't like it on her hands.
It won't ever come off of my hands. It's permanent on my hands.
I know. Okay, and then I'm going to pop that frame right back in. And that makes such a cool little frame, right? Love it. Okay. And if my glue shows, I do have my glue eraser, which I'm going to use in a minute. Okay. Because I'm ultra picky. There we go. So I'm making my frame. All right, and I'm going to let that go over and set. And then we're going to get the inside piece. Okay? So for context here, let me show you my inside piece here. And I'm actually going to put it down onto the piece in a minute. All right, let me take my piece now, and I want to put a creamy background. So I'm going to go ahead and use this background color that I'm using is Summer Splash. So I'm going to get out my Summer Splash. Perfect. Summery, splashy. Yeah, all of that. And let me get my brush. Notice that this is for all my blues. So you see it? Look, it's clean. And I'm going to get that. And remember to tap off a little bit, okay? And then we can come on to our paper and then just gently, I want to create a nice creamy background that matches my top. That's what I love about Stampin' Up, to be honest with you guys. Like, I don't like when things don't really match. I don't. And I love that our inks and our papers and everything go together. And even the designer series paper, it all goes together. And you notice I'm just really rubbing it. Finger on the back of my whatever that thing is, my tool.
Blending brush.
Okay. So now I'm going to go like that. Actually, I could have skipped that whole glue around the edge thing, couldn't I? Now I tell you. Let's get it on there. And I normally would dimensional it, but I'm not going to because I want my frame to stick. Okay. Just the tiniest bit. You know, a lot of people are getting those glue guns and stuff. I don't really think you need them. Look how tiny and thin this glue comes out. Just make sure that you're storing it straight up and down so you can just grab it and use it.
And don't squeeze it too hard.
And don't squeeze. And don't use too much. Dot, dot, not a lot. Let me use my little glue eraser here. Come around and get that frame right on in there. Yes. Don't you love it when you're pleased with yourself? I'm pleased with my own self. Get that up. There we go. There we go. Okay. Another tip. Yes, I did this. This is at 8.5 by 11. Cut in half. Fold it in half. Ooh, there's a tip. Always close your thing because look what could happen. Bloop. Yep. But don't worry because I'm going to use that. That actually was supposed to be on the outside, but I turned it around and I know it's going to be on the inside, so I'll just cover it right up. No one will ever know. It's our secret. Don't put it on the internet. Wait.
Too late.
Too late. It's on the internet. Okay. So we got that on there. Now is where my dimensionals are going to come in. Dimensional everything. Dun, 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 dun. I loaded up on my fingers. 5 fingers. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I like 1 in the middle for good luck. And then here's what we learned before, that I showed you before. Somebody on convention showed us how to do that. Stick it, poke it, rip it. Do you do this now?
No. No, because my Pokey-Yachty thing falls out of my Pokey-Yachty thing.
Oh. And we're going to line that up. Boom. All right, now let's do our flowers. Okay, so we die cut those flowers. Here's another tip. Use a little container, little cup, little something, you know, Dollar Tree thing or whatever. And that way when you take out your dies, you just poke them straight into the container. All right, and again, I have this taped together, and I'm going to keep it together.
I do too.
Yeah,
because I tape mine together too.
Yeah, because I'm going to put them back in a case, all right, like this, and they still have that tape on them, and then I'm just going to pull that tape the next time I use it, and they're already ready to go. So that's a tip. Tip, tip, tip. Okay, my little babies here. These are the cutest little flowers. Looks like one went AWOL. Look how tiny.
3 together. I love them.
The 3 together.
They're so cute.
They're so cute, and they cut 3 at a time, which I love.
And there's 2 dies.
Yeah,
So
and there's 2.
6 at a time.
6 at a time. Yep. And I'm just dropping them in here because they're so tiny, and I don't want to lose them. I had, what die did I lose? I thought I lost a die like about this size the other day. It drove me nuts. I'm going everywhere looking for it. So the other tip is magnetic bowls. Magnetic bowls. This magnetic bowl, I've shown you the one that I used that was a sewing, my mom's sewing thing. But these are, I got at Harbor Freight. So if you're going to reuse them as you go, and by the way, you can poke right through that tape.
And those are like for screws and nuts and bolts and stuff. That's why they're Harbor Freight.
But
we can repurpose anything for crap.
Yes, indeedy. And you know what? It's so nice to have them someplace that you're not worried about what happened to my die. Oh my goodness, because I am a messy crafter. Okay, another happy accident. It happened, this tape happened to fall on a piece of paper. And you know what?
Oh, look, it's a little handle.
I made a handle. Whatever. I'll take it. I'll get my dies. I'm all done with them, so I am going to put them back. And then one more thing about the green. Where'd the green go? Okay. I got to show you this. So this is two-sided. This is the new two-sided 12 by 12 cardstock. Okay? It's this color on this side and that color on the other. I don't know if you can really see it well, so I brought the dark. This is garden green. You can really see the difference if you flip over on the garden green. See that? It's two-sided. It's great for layers. It's great for die cutting. It's great for scrapbooking because it's 12 by 12.
It also has white core in it, so when you tear it, you
oh,
see
that's
some of
right.
the white.
Yeah, and you can sand it and tear it and a whole bunch of other things. So the last time I did it. Last time I made some leaves, I did them on the light side. So now I'm doing this one on the dark side, and that'll give me just enough variation on these leaves as I poke them down into, hopefully, all into, yep, and then pull them off. I leave that tape right on there. So when you go to use our dies at our retreat, which you will have full access to all of our dies and all of our stamps, you'll see that the tape is already on, ready to roll. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Very
okay.
convenient.
Very convenient. Okay, next, let's make this flower. Okay. Kathy, I'm giving you my...
I'm sorry.
Oh, my Vanna. I don't know. I'm going to have to put her on notice. You know.
I'd have to notice for you to...
You'd have to notice. You'd have to notice. Okay, another tip. When you die cut, you can give it a lot more dimension in two ways. Okay, I told you this is a day of tips. Notice I'm tapping off. I'm using the same color. This is Strawberry Slush. I'm getting it on my hand, as I always do. I'm wiping it off with a...
Well, it matches your shirt and your flower.
It does match my flowers.
Coordinates with.
Anyway, that's what we do. That's why I keep one there. Okay, and I'm going to move this because, yeah, we see what happens when I don't. All right. And I'm just going to go right in the middle here and just give it a little bit more oomph. And I don't even have to reload. I can just go right on top. Another thing you can do is do the edges. So instead of doing the sides, I can give a little more color to the edges just to give that variation of color. Pretty, huh? It's purty. Very purty.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay, another tip. We're going to load those on here, okay? And I'm going to give them some more texture. So, another accessory that you can get with your pick tool, which I cannot live without. If I don't have my pick tool, I freak out. Like, I have to have my pick tool.
I remember that's what I told you to say. I
don't need that stupid thing.
And now you can't live without it.
Cannot live without it. So, look, I'm putting this on my mat, on my Pierce mat. $5. You can't beat it. Perfect thing for using photopolymer. And look at that. Just go around it. And I'm giving the center some texture. Just using that. What kind of tool is that?
Stylus.
Stylus. I just love this age where I can't think of words. I did hear it's not related to Alzheimer's.
It is not.
Supposedly. Still freaks me out.
Palm and hold it up to the camera.
Oh. Yeah, can you see that? If I put it up on my palm, you might see all the paint and stain that I've been fixing furniture. There we go. All right. And you could do that with all of them. Okay, let's get our card back first. Another. Take it away, girl. Take it away. All right, let's get our card base back out. And get those up in the corner here. And I want to lay out my layout. Okay, let's see. First of all, let's go back to... Oh, here's my little centers. Let me get our centers on. Okay. And you can dimensional those, too.
I have a tip for the centers.
Oh, you do? Go ahead.
Pick them up with the putty end.
Pick them up with the putty end.
I'll have to take your pick tool.
Oh, yes. I'm going to do dimensionals because you know me, guys. I got to dimensional everything. And you know what? Kathy's tip is absolutely right. Let me just pick it up, pop it down. Same thing here. I'm going to dimensional it. Put it down. And then we're going to pick it up and pop it down. And then one more. So I like, okay, threes. There's something about threes, right? They're just visually appealing. Odd numbers are better. You can pair odd numbers with even numbers. So like, let's say you add 2, which we're going to do in a little bit. We're going to add 2, but those 2 are going to make 5. Does that make sense? 3 and 2, 5. Okay, because that makes them odd. Yeah, so you can do that. But when you put on embellishments, try not to do 2 or 4. Go for 3 or 5 or 6, because 6 is actually 2 3s. Okay, enough of that. Let's go. Let's get these babies on. So I'm going to lay out. Here's going to be a tip. I'm going to lay out how I want them to be. Okay. Let's say like that. Ooh, let me get some of these. I'm not going to dimensional them. I'm just going to glue these on. Let's glue those puppies on. That's upside down. And there seems to be a texture on the top, so there is an upside and a downside. And I'm going to go, okay, I would like that. Let's say about here, maybe. Maybe this one over here. Maybe one of these guys. I actually need one more purple, don't I? Well, we're going to go with the green for now. I'm going to go the leaf here. Maybe a leaf over there. And I like to plan it out. So again, I've got my dark and I like my light leaves. So let's see, I'm going to use a dark one. And just lay them the way you want them, okay? Leaf, leaf, leaf. Don't leave me out of this. Oh gosh. I'm like not even a dad. I'm doing dad jokes. Okay. Now I'm going to save those guys, but I'm going to show you this tip. Here we go. I have good old press and seal from the kitchen. Press and seal. I'm going to take my piece of press and seal and lay it right on top with the sticky side down, of course. Lay my press and seal right on top. Okay, you got that? Give it a smush. Make sure you get everything. And then you're going to flip it over and then gently pull the card away. Okay. And what we have left are my flowers. Now I can go ahead and stick some dimensionals on, or in this case today I'm just going to glue them. Put my glue down. And remember, you just don't have to glop it all on.
And don't get too close to the edges either, because then it sploots out.
Yes, it does. Okay. Make sure, okay, here's the other tip. Make sure your card's going the right way. Okay.
Whew.
Yeah. How many times have I done that? Get all done and the card's upside down. If that happens, just cut it off. Okay, now look, I can lay it right down. Da-da-da-da. Peel away. Give it and make sure it's sticking on. Peel away. My press and seal.
Well, that's an excellent tip.
How about that?
I like that tip.
Oh, this guy got a little off. I'm going to smush him back over. Now I'm going to come back in. And then I'm going to use my glue to decide where I'm going to go with maybe a little flower here, maybe one down here. Again, triangle and 3, 4, and maybe a 5th one. Let's double up right down there. And then I can use this end of my pick tool. I'll flip these guys over and stick it right down. Oh yeah, it's coming together. It's coming together. I'm going to overlap that one a little bit. I need to flip these over. Come on, guys, flip over. There we go. Here. Flip, flip. I want you to flip. There. Okay. How about that? Oh, he didn't want to stay. What do you think? More or less? Maybe one more? What do you think?
I like it. But, oh, the orange ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, more.
More. Kathy says more. Okay, you guys are going to vote in a second. If there are guys. Anybody on there?
There are 3 guys.
3 guys. 3 guys.
3 guys. It's Marcia, Michelle, and Lydia.
Hey. Hi, guys. Okay, you're going to help me decide. I don't know if I like that one there. I think maybe go up on one, maybe. Like one over here. Yes. Sometimes you just got to eyeball it. And the thing about the pick tool is it lets you kind of hold it over, decide, make a decision. And we also have some, you can add some gems. Oh, he didn't go. Where'd you go, buddy? Come on, you. Back where you belong. Also have some embellishments. Let's take a look at those and decide if we want to put a few of those around. Because I love my bling. I don't know. I'm feeling the yellow. I'm feeling the what is it called? Darling duckling.
Darling duckling.
Darling duckling. All right. I'm feeling the darling duckling. I'll do a big one there. And I like to pair a big and a small, and then a medium, one other place. And again, think about a triangle, because you want your eye to go across. I need to glue that. Okay, now we need a sentiment. So for our sentiments, you're going to definitely help me with this one. So this is probably going to go to somebody from church. So I'll probably either do sending hugs or thinking of you. So here's where you guys get to vote. Okay, you 3 or 4 or whoever. Do we want a black, thinking of you? Or do we want a white, sending hugs? Okay?
All right, get ready to vote.
Get ready to vote.
Tally the votes while Lynn goes.
Yes, and while we're doing it, look at what this is. I'm not sure, actually, if it's available right this second, but it's called Greeting for All, Mix and Match. If you don't have a ton of sentiments in terms of stamps, and you want to have a sentiment for just about any card, these are great. They come
really good. And then the ones that are open, you can color them to match, like on the left side. Yeah. So thank you. You could color it with blends, or
and happy birthday. You can color those in with the blends,
or Stampin' Up markers.
Yeah. And they come with, it comes with how many sheets? I think this is a half a pack. I think it comes with
2 of each sheet.
2 of each sheet. And then I have 1 here so you can see. Okay, so white or black, whatever you think.
Okay, we got 1 vote. I need some more votes.
1 vote.
Lydia and Marcia need to vote.
All right, y'all vote. While they're voting, I want to tell you an exciting thing about our Facebook Lives. We're going to come to you live every single Friday from now until June 14th because we're going to encourage you, please, 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 we want you to come to our one-day getaway. One-day getaway. It is fantastic.
It will be.
It will be.
Have a great time. You'll make some wonderful cards.
Yep.
Have some fun with your friends, Stampin' friends.
Yeah, and have free time to just create.
Eat good food.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be delicious.
All right. Voting is still open, but
okay.
I'm going to go give you another 30 seconds.
Okay, while that's happening, I'll show you something. Remember I showed you this, it's called Glass and Gardens. That's the name of the new embossing folder, and it's a thin one, so it will go through the mini. But if you want to emboss an envelope, you need the big machine. But look at that. Can you see that texture? Here, that's a good angle. Isn't that pretty? I think it's perfect for envelopes, and I think it'll go so nicely. Okay, what do we got?
Tiebreaker.
We need a tiebreaker.
Yeah, we got 1 for sending hugs.
Okay.
And we have 1 for the black one, whatever that one was.
Thinking of you. So guess what? Kathy gets to pick it. You gotta be the tiebreaker. And you say, oh wait.
And Lydia said both. So thanks a lot.
Both, Lydia.
Which ones were you?
Think it's sending hugs or thinking of you.
Oh, thinking of you.
Okay.
Because I like a little black on the card.
Yes, a little bit of black anchors sometimes. It's really good to anchor. Okay. And so see how easy that is? You just pop it out. And now the hard part is deciding where it goes. But I like it here. I can have it down here in the corner. I could have it up here at the top. I think I'm liking right through here. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. And I got some mini dimensionals here somewhere. Let's see if they're too big. That's okay. They are too big, but that's a good thing for me to show you. Is you can just another tip is you can just take regular dimensionals, and I'm going to give it a snip and make some little thin. I lost it. There it is. Come on back. Thinking of you right there. See, I did some little small ones. All right, we're about to be done, but we got to do the inside real quick because it's not finished until you do that inside. So let's get our inside piece here, and then I've got some stamps sitting here ready to roll. And I also want to show you a tip about this. Okay, these are 2-step stamps, and there's a reason why they're called 2-step stamps. Okay, and I'm going to use that ink again. I'm going to go back to Strawberry Slush. Let me clean up my area so you can see what I'm doing without all the mess that I typically have around me. All right. And here's my tip about these. There's actually, let me not stick my arm in the ink. Hello. Here's a tip about these. This flower has sort of, you notice the top has almost like a V. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp. Actually, let me start with the other one. And I'm going to find the V, and I'm going to put the V at the top, okay? I'm going to stamp off one time, and then go in the corner, okay? Give it a lighter image, and then, whoa. I'm going to take my V and line it up. And that's what I love about clear photopolymer. You can see through it pretty much. See?
Pretty.
Yeah, so find the V, that's a tip. If you use this set, line it up. And it's got to have a little center on there. Stamp a little center. Okay, and really got to have a little leaf too. So let's give him a little leaf. I can't leave him like this. No. How could I possibly leave him alone without a leaf? It's okay. I got you, buddy. There you go. And I'm going to leave that sentiment open because you never know what specifically you want to say to somebody. So I like to leave that open. And again, I'm going to cover my smudge. There we go. Nice little swirly in the middle. I like to pull the edges, just give it a little zhuzh.
So you're not squeezing it when you pull the edges?
No.
You're just using the tip to kind of
correct.
Smear the glue.
Just smear it. Smear it out there toward the edge. That way the edge sticks. All right, and here's my card. And one little final thing. Okay, when you're done, where did my green go? Flip it over and give yourself credit for this beautiful handmade card. Okay, we're going to stamp that leaf, and then I'm going to take my pen. Oh, here. Give that to Vanna. And I'm going to take my little pen. Oh, sorry to shake it. Sorry to shake. And I put LB 2025. Because you got to give yourself credit because it's a handmade card. This is not something you just went to the store. You took your time and your energy and your effort. And by the way, if you do use the The press and seal, sometimes you may have to lift up the tips and go back over some of those areas that did not get glued. So we'll do that right now. To keep that, yeah, let's keep it all in there. There we go. All right, guys, here is our card. Here is our set. Impressions Abloom. And we're going to flip back over. If I can remember how to do it.
Hey.
So, hey, come on down. June 14th.
We're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a great time.
And you'll be pampered.
We're going to post something every day. And we're going to be back on Friday. Every Friday. 12 noon. Noon.
That's...
High noon.
Okay.
Okay? If we can get out of bed by then. We are retired. I mean,
we are.
you know. All right. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.